because Ghana said, or rather, the first elected president of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah, said, the freedom of Ghana, the independence of Ghana, is meaningless without the independence of every other country. But then he wrote a book titled Neocolonialism, the Last Stage of Imperialism. And one of the most powerful quotes in there is, he says, the essence of neocolonialism is that the state, which is subject to it is, in theory, independent. In reality, its economic system, which we have already seen with the Agricultural Growth Act, and its political policy, Ghana, is directed from the outside. That is a man who occupied the seat you are now sitting in, who had already told you what is to come, and you go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
You know, he beggars belief. He just, the mind boggles. The mind just boggles. And
not to me, they're doing exactly what I expect from neo-colonial leaders. They no longer surprise me, you know?
Wow. Well,
so what I would say is, as we are reviewing these stories, that it's imperative that we as individuals also take a look at, in our own lives where we are, how we may be silent or not taking a stance against the injustices that we see. Like, it doesn't have to be on a global stage to show up and have some courage about you. And if you can't show up in the little things, you would never be able to show up in the big things.
Yep.
And so for all of us watching, for those of us talking, the question is, how are we also showing up and resisting, mounting a resistance to this fascism, to this authoritarianism? How are we showing up in love to humanity, as opposed to, hey, I'm just taking care of mine and to hell with everybody else? How are we not embracing our privileges? Because anyone who's watching this right now is more privileged than a good percentage of the world. If you got a device, if you can afford data, and so on and so forth, what are we doing with our privilege so that we are not also disconnected from the masses of people and acting like these elites are? Because possibly if you talk with them, and I have talked with some of them, they see nothing wrong with what they're doing. Don't even occur to them, because of how they've been brainwashed and socialized, how we all have been brainwashed and socialized, including this idea of individualism and personal, excellence, and so on and so forth. And so other people deserve what they get. So just wanted to put that out there. So we are not just bystanders watching and discussing these events. What we do in our daily lives impacts what happens in the world.